Okay, this is a Raw review for the episode of Monday Night Raw, the first one of 2018, one, which is January 1st of 2018. Happy New Year, everyone. If you celebrate the New Year, me, quite frankly, I hate the New Year, but this video is not about the New Year, so moving on. I am Workout Robert. I do this YouTube thing, and quite frankly, I don't know why I do it, but I do it for my own various reasons. Nonetheless, let's continue on to the review. Now, as for the episode of Monday Night Raw last night, today being the second, Tuesday, was phenomenal. There may have been some things it really shouldn't have had in it, and let's talk about those now. Everything was amazing, though, except for two segments. One segment with Brock Lesnar, another segment for Kane and Braun Strowman. The reason I say that is because Kane, Braun Strowman, and Brock Lesnar have now been put into the main event of the Royal Rumble as a title match triple threat. A triple threat title match. A three-way dance is what they used to call it. Yeah. That's not good. That's not good. One, Kane's too old. Kane is too old to be in the wrestling business as a whole. He should do it as a former brother of destruction, Undertaker, did, and hang his hat up, hang his mask up, so to speak, for him. Okay, two, Braun Strowman. Okay, let's get to Braun Strowman. Everybody seems to be really big on Braun Strowman, and here's why. He's just awful. Just terrible. Because he's another generic big guy. He's one of those, I don't know, bloatfish that's plaguing the WWE that really makes it hard to enjoy the product. He has no charisma, he has no mic skills, he has no personality other than coming out sometimes and saying, "Bruh!" That's about it. That's all he does. "Rawr! I'm a monster. Look at me. I can't take more than a centimeter step or else I might trip over my shoelace and I can't see my dick." He's just nothing funny about Braun Strowman, nothing entertaining about him. The man's like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan. He has not an entertaining bone in his body, but somehow I know that he's going to end up winning the Royal Rumble. Yep. Or not the Royal Rumble, but his title match is what I mean to say. He's going to end up winning his title match. Why? Because Kane's too old. Kane has not very recently, but rather almost seldomly, every match that he's competed in, his pay-per-view record, it reflects that he's a jobber. And it's not going to change anytime soon. Let's be honest. Why would the WWE be big on Kane whenever they got all this young talent that they could mold into something? And they look at Braun Strowman as one of those younger guys. And the reason that they shouldn't stick with Brock Lesnar is simple. It's really, really easy. The man does nothing but sit on his ass at his house with that title over his shoulder, assuming that, or he just keeps it in the refrigerator. And he probably does nothing more than just eat and sleep. Because that's what the t-shirt says, am I right? Eat, sleep, and that's about it. Because he hasn't conquered anything in a long time. And God forbid if he actually get around to conquering something, it's probably going to be something along the lines of a small guy stepping in the ring with him. That way that they can make him look stronger, right? By comparison, the small guy, yeah, sure, he looks stronger, but it doesn't make him look bigger or stronger in the sense that if he was to face someone his size, it might make him look a little bit better. The Royal Rumble match is also something that I think needs to be discussed. So let's talk about the Royal Rumble match in a whole. 30 competitors. And this year we have a women's Royal Rumble match. I'm excited to see that. I really am. Because out of the women's bunch, there's really not a bad choice to pick from. Whoever wins honestly deserves it. It's probably going to come down to Nia Jax and Sasha Banks and Bayley. Probably those three. Probably. I'm not sure why, but I'm pretty high on Sasha Banks or Bayley winning. And it's because I feel like they deserve it a little bit more than anybody else. I feel like Carmella already has that Miss Money in the Bank thing going for her, and she's probably just waiting to cash in. So she really wouldn't need to win the Rumble. So it would be a double standard to allow her to win the Rumble and also be Miss Money in the Bank. So, she could probably cash in whenever she's already lost, if you will. But she probably won't win. So Carmella is probably out of the running. So that eliminates one person. But I think Nia, Asuka too. Asuka might be the underdog. I could sit here and talk about that all night, but I'm not going to. Like I said, aside from the Ladies Rumble, we also have the Royal Rumble itself. A lot of people on Twitter and on the wrestling forums, which is a cancer of a wrestling site, believe me, they're the people who came up with the, not sure if I should say this, Chris Benoit conspiracy theories. But that's a whole different story, and I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole, so to speak. Anyway, the Wrestling Forums website also suggests that Kevin Owens should win the Royal Rumble, and they didn't exactly list why. They just said because they want to see that happen. Okay, that's not something that anybody wants to see happen. Plus, Owens already defeated Styles on the last SmackDown that they had, the last SmackDown before the new year. And that was really, really disappointing. I did a video on that too. That wasn't fun for anybody. But this isn't about Kevin Owens. He has a 1 in 30 chance of winning. Thank God. I don't think anybody's big on Owens winning because normally he never really gets the main event picture, and there's a reason for that. It's because Owens is slow. Owens is not main event worthy as far as WrestleMania goes, because he comes out with this propaganda bullshit that makes no sense. Stuff like KO Mania. KO Mania doesn't exist. KO Mania is just something that you came up with in order to try and make it about you. But I got news for you, pal. You're no Shawn Michaels. Okay? So stop. He was Mr. WrestleMania. And even though that Mr. Steen might be Mr. Wrestling in Ring of Honor, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you're on the same level as him, and that doesn't mean that you're on the same caliber as him. So stop. Ring of Honor's over. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and discuss the Royal Rumble in a whole. A lot of people on Twitter have really voiced their opinions, and they think, even I think, and this is my opinion, not a fact, because until it's proven, it can't be a fact. But I think that Adam Cole, if not Drew McIntyre, a returning Drew McIntyre, need I mind you, because he was scheduled to make his main roster debut before he got hurt. Speculation states that he may or may not have, but they're leading toward really saying no, it's not a major injury, is what I'm hearing. It's not too major. It might be a minor bicep tear. A minor bicep tear, and he just needs to stay off of it for a couple of days, which he's been doing a really good job, if you follow him on Twitter, of really rehabilitating his arm and making sure that he gets adequate care. And Drew McIntyre is someone that I would really like to see come back from something as devastating as a arm injury and just eliminate people left and right. That would be great to see him, run the gauntlet, so to speak, but without, like, the gauntlet's just one person at a time while facing multiple opponents, almost like a slobber knocker. But it would be amazing to see somebody like Drew McIntyre win the Royal Rumble, or for that matter, my money is on an NXT run-up, Adam Cole, baby. That would be amazing to see Adam Cole win the Royal Rumble. And if Cole and McIntyre aren't going to win, then a lot of people suggested Nakamura for the Rumble. And, it would be really nice to see Nakamura versus Styles. Or Adam Cole versus Styles. I want to say that AJ's going to keep his title, because I really don't see him losing it to Kevin Owens, because AJ's stock is going up, and as I aforementioned before, Kevin Owens is nothing more than a fart in the wind. He's not going anywhere in this company anytime soon. I mean, let's face it. He's the joke of professional wrestling. We can all sit and laugh at him. I mean, he's nothing more than a retarded kid in the corner saying, I can put Legos together. And skywriting his initials and thinking that he's something special, when in reality he's nothing more than a Cadillac without the brakes. I mean, his kid probably doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. But that's going to do it for me, and the Raw review, as well as the pre-Royal Rumble review, is what we'll call this one. And that's all for me, and thanks everybody for stopping by, and follow me on Twitter if you're not already following me on Twitter. What are you doing? At P1StylesX. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, who cares? Oh well. I'm not going to sit here and pander to an audience, or for that matter, sit here and beg, oh, please follow me. I'm not going to do that. No. So, bye.